So I took the old brick nose dually out to pick up a set of used tires I found, and I run over a squirrel when I was bringing the tires back to the shop. Now we stopped, grabbed that, picked up a squirrel, and we picked up 4 37 1250 Falcon Wild Peak ATs in a load range E. I only got about 25,000 miles on them. So I didn't know what I was going to have to do to get the tires to fit, but I did know what I was having for dinner. Got some images, video here. The problem I got where things are rubbing on things. Now there's a bracket on the inside of this bumper. It's just bracing the inside of that bumper, and I don't think it's necessary. Now there is a smaller bolt further inside of there that's holding that plastic spoiler on the front. So that plastic spoiler, if you cut that little bolt off right there, you'd be out there flapping. So what I'm planning on doing is taking off this this bolt and this bracket that I don't think I need, and I'm going to cut that bumper as close to that little bolt as I can. Had the issue here in the back too, and these mud guards I got on the front of here ain't helping none. They take up even more space. But I definitely had fender contact and issue there right here. Got contact for sure. And decided to work on the front first. Got my little impact gun, the 13 millimeter impact socket, and I zip that bolt off there. Next thing, grab the Sawzall and get set up just underneath of this other structural bracket. I think is where I'm going to take this off here. Got me a metal cutting blade in there and started cutting. Cut a little ways into it, and I could tell it was cutting just fine. I was actually pretty happy with how that metal blade was doing. But I was realizing I was getting a little heat in it. I didn't want to take temper out of that blade. So end up cutting a little ways, and then I stopped thinking that I was going to want to put a little something on there. So I grabbed some diesel fuel, some off-road fuel that I had in a spray bottle, and I hit that blade with it, and I hit that metal with it. That'll give her a little bit of cooling and lubrication. Cooling and lubrication is bound to help. So went back to cutting, and a little bit of no time, got that piece sawed off there. That's actually one of them cheap Warrior blades. So I think that's the first time I had used one of those cheap Warrior blades on my Sawzall. So I was pretty impressed with how that did. All right, we got that cut off there. Now, as far as cutting onto the bumper, I'm wanting to cut as close to that little spoiler bolt as I can. And the thing that's unfortunate about this side is that's really it's a bad position to be cutting with that because of the direction that wheel's turning. It's pretty likely to get jammed like that when you're doing that. That's all right. I ain't scared of it. That's why I got my full face shield on, though. That's for sure. You need that when you're messing with these cutting wheels. Now, when I cut the one on the other side, it was a whole lot nicer, because when you're making a cut with one of these wheels and the blade rotation is pulling the tool away from you, they almost never get jammed up as bad that way. But it was the only way it would fit in there, so I had to make it work, and it did work. This is a cut that was definitely easier to make with that cutting wheel and that grinder than it would have been with a Sawzall. So I don't know. It worked just fine. I got that piece of the bumper cut out of there, and I tell you, it didn't make, once I buffed it up, rounded things off, and smoothed everything out, it didn't make hardly a bit of difference in the way that bumper looked. And I know that on a side impact, there would probably be quite a bit of structural difference, that being removed, but we ain't gonna worry about that. If I hit something, if I get a side impact on it that hard, the bumper's toast, and I just gotta live with it. It's gonna be that way anyhow. So I don't see how that one extra bracket there is gonna do a whole lot of good anyway. Some of that stuff, when you're trying to make a set of tires fit, you just don't worry about it. Those sanding pads really do a nice job. I like to run a 5-inch sanding pad on a 4.5-inch backer. Got a 4.5-inch rubber backer. I have pretty good luck with that. Of course, here, we're going to do away with this mud flap gizmo that I got on there. I can sort of use it to help tell me where the tire was hitting, though, because I know where the tire was making contact with the mud flap. I held it up there several times as I was making adjustments here. I'd held it up there several times just to give myself an idea where it was that tire was hitting, so I'd know where I needed to make clearance as I was adjusting on the front fender here. So the way this is going down, I got the Super Service truck is a 2014 F-250. I've been wondering since I bought the truck brand new what I would think about having bigger tires on it. I always like running bigger tires on my 4-wheel drive trucks, but I never really did get into it on the work trucks. Since I've been doing since I've been rigging up my welding trucks, I pretty much had to give up on the big tires. But I guess I always wondered if I could run a bigger tire on this truck. And one of the things that came up last summer, a buddy of mine had a set of 2019 F-250 wheels for sale. Now, the tires that was on them wheels were shot, but he was basically just selling it as selling the wheels, and he sold me the wheels pretty cheap. So I bought a set of 2019 F-250 wheels, which would obviously, as far as the wheels were concerned, they worked just fine on a 2014 F-250. Well, another interesting thing about that used set of tires and wheels that I bought, or that set of wheels that I bought, is they had a set of 35 1250 tires on them. Now, the tires were not in good shape, but it was a set of bigger tires than what I'd been running that I was able to put on my truck and see what I thought of them. So I took them 2019 tires and wheels, and I put them on the super service truck, and I drove it for a few weeks. Now, the 35 1250s did not make any contact with the fender or the bumper, but they did rub the radius arm. When you turn the wheel all the way, they would rub inside the radius arm. So I decided I was going to buy a set of 35 1250s, and I was going to put a 2-inch spacer, a 2-inch wheel spacer on each side of the front. And I could tell that that 2-inch wheel spacer would make everything work with the 35s. Well, after I had bought the wheel spacer and put it on there with my old tires and wheels, the next thing that came up is I found that set of 37 1250s used. And I thought, man, you know, considering that I might not even want that big or even a 35, you know, if I could get a set of tires and wheels used and get a good price on them that were big, and, you know, be able to run them for 6 months or a year maybe, without buying a brand new set, that would give me an opportunity to really make up my mind whether I thought it was okay to have that big a set of tires on a work truck, and it would keep me from spending $2,000 on tires and finding out that I wanted to go back to the stock size anyway. So I bought the 37s and come up with this problem where now I was rubbing the fender and I was rubbing the bumper. And at that stage of the game, I was pretty much dead set on making them work. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. So, little trimming on the bumper, little banging the bodywork hammer, rubber hammering on the fender. I'm holding this mud flat bracket up there and getting an idea what kind of clearance I've created. And here again, on that fender, it don't look a whole lot different than factory. You know, somebody that was really familiar with these trucks would probably look at that and know that I had done that. But just at a glance or going down the road, I don't think anybody would ever think anything of it. It obviously, you know, it's going to need painted, but that part of the fender, it was getting rusty and needed painted anyway. So good weather comes, there'll be quite a bit of touch-up painting work that needs to be done on this truck no matter what you do. So I'd realized that I'd made enough space that I was going to be able to reconnect that inner flap with that screw. So I put the screw back. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that or not, but I was able to. And that worked out good too. That the bottom of that inner fender flap got bolted back onto the fender there. Like I said, it needs cleaned up and painted. Weather gets a little better, I'll be doozing on that. But it don't look that bad. Just a minor adjustment. Now we'll see how much clearance we got. And I'll set the light up here and turn that wheel. We're definitely nowhere near the fender. Something might need done later with that inner metal, but if it don't need it, I won't do any more. Let's check her out here on the front bumper. Plenty of room. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, this is going to be absolutely no problem on the road. Now, if you get her in a jam, really off-roading, and you got a lot of body roll in it, and you got her articulated and twistified, it might be a different story. Hopefully I don't get in a situation like that with this truck, but if I do, we're going to find out if it rubs at that point. Snowy day today at the shop. So let's take a look at the Super Service truck. Got a set of 37 1250s on her. Biggest tires I've ever had on it. I'm glad I got the wheels used and I got the tires used, and I didn't put a fortune into it because they are very big compared to what I'm used to. And on a work truck, if it causes me a lot of aggravation rolling up my welding leads or climbing up in the back of the truck, or if any of those things cause me problems, then I'm going to be putting my old tires and wheels back on there. Hey y'all, CB here in the break room at NBS Welding, coming to you with another merch video. Want to look at the merchandise, show you what we got. You can help support the channel by buying items. We got the NBS Welding t-shirts, got the NBS Welding on the chest on the front, got the great big NBS Welding here on the back, got the American flag on the sleeve. $25 plus shipping. Send Tina an email if you'd be interested in buying a t-shirt. $25 plus shipping. Send Tina an email, nbswelding@aol.com. The stickers. Got the small size stickers, $3. Medium sticker, $5. The big bumper stickers, $10. The coins, .999 fine silver. If you'd be interested in investing in the silver coin, got NBS Welding name and phone number on the front. Got the bull logo on the back. $50. $50 for the coins. Also with the coins, we've got the plastic case. Keeps the silver nice. Keeps it from getting fingerprinted and all that scratched up. The NBS Welding cups. Got the NBS Welding cups with the bull logo, and it says less yakking, more tacking. Got the QR code on the top. You can scan that. It'll take you to the NBS Welding YouTube channel. $27 for a cup. And I've had somebody said that I should sign the cups. I'm not doing that yet. I don't know if you want me to do that or not. But if you want a cup and you want me to sign it, I'll take a Sharpie and I'll sign it. I'll write whatever you want on there. Let us know. Send us an email. nbswelding@aol.com. Email Tina. And I'm not wearing an NBS shirt. I'm wearing a Kretschmer Excavating shirt. These are my buddies up in northeastern PA. If you need excavation work done in Wayne County, northeastern PA area, get a hold of my guy Cody up there. He can dig it. All right. I want to thank y'all for watching the NBS Welding YouTube channel. I appreciate all the support. Please continue to support, like, subscribe to videos, comment on the videos. If you don't have a comment, just go to the comment section, hit any letter, number, the period, whatever. The algorithm doesn't know the difference. Just, that helps support the channel. It helps get the videos out there. And y'all learn how to work with what you got. That way you always have everything you need.